Let's talk machines. So here I've got a shelf right here in the middle of my office, and it's absolutely filling up with parts, all sorts of bits, bobs, and pieces for the machine builds that we have. Let's take a look at some of the individual parts. So right here we've got some Banner actually triangulating laser sensors. These are photo eye sensors. Those are going to measure distance. They're going to measure whether or not parts are present, short shot conditions are present, clips are present, all sorts of different applications. The cool thing about these types of sensors, you can kind of shoot them past parts and nip a corner of a part in order to check, is that a good part? So we've got a nice big massive pile of these hot dogs right here. Right next to them we have PILS safety relays. These guys right here are very versatile, and they're going to be used for making sure our systems are safe, because guess what? Unsafe systems ain't cool. They're going to be paired up with these here Siemens safety relays. We're going to be dual monitoring. Some of the machines are going to have these dudes. Some of the machines are going to have these dudes on there. And the most important thing is that we keep the operators safe. We have one fitting for one air hose. That's all we need. We have boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and more boxes, and even one down there for fans. These machines, each one has an individual operator fan, just literally keeping Sheila nice and cold while they're working on their production line. So we also have, if we take a look here, there's a nice lineup of these dudes. Let's open this guy up, take a look at what's inside. Lots of pieces, don't dump them on the ground. These right here are pieces for relays, so that way we can build out our relay system. Another one right here, this is actually the ice cube for the relay itself. So this is the module that's actually going to be doing the flipper on the relay. It's going to be doing the on-off, the open-closed. That's that guy. Some people call it an ice cube, but it's not even blue. It's white. That's okay. Ice cubes can be white too. So lots of different relays in the system, lots of different components in the system. We're going to dig a little deeper, and we're going to look to the back here. If you don't like Siemens, hang up the phone. Don't look. Because guess what? Every single one of these machines that we're building has the Siemens S7 1200 PLC on there with expansion packs. These are expandable I/O. This is going to offer us tons of inputs and outputs, and it's also going to offer us Ethernet capability to plug into the HMI. Siemens power supplies. These right here, these are the SI top, or the top Siemens power supplies. These guys right here are going to be taking the power from 110 VAC and taking it and making it into 24 volt DC power. But what we have to watch out for, because those are a 10 amp system, we have to make sure that we protect ourselves. Whatever you do, check yourself before you wreck yourself. This right here is part of our safety system as well. These guys right here are a circuit breaker system made by Automation Direct, not a sponsor, but decent parts are decent parts. So Automation Direct makes these circuit breaker systems, and I'm trying to find one, but these are actually add-on modules, so you can kind of like add them, a series of these in a row, but you have to have a base component. I can't find it. Let's see here. What else do we got? We're going to open up this guy right here. This is a 2-pole circuit breaker by US Breaker. This one right here is another safety device. We got a 6 amp system here. It's got 2 poles. Flip one, they both go. Hit that, bam, they both go. That right there is going to be protecting our 110 lines. It's going to be protecting, let's say the power to the fan, the power to the lights. We've got to make sure everything's protected, because the last thing we want is Sheila to get zapped. Let's pop open this box right here, and you're going to see very much the same thing, okay? Some of the components we're using Eaton, some of the components we're using other different brands, but again, this one right here, another 2-pole miniature circuit breaker. This one right here, not so miniature. That sucker's got double on it, and by the way, red, unsafe, green, safe. Remember that. When you're building a bunch of machines, you're going to have a bunch of parts, and inside those bunch of parts is more circuit breakers, more components. These guys right here are terminal blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is green, yellow. Question for the comments. Green, yellow. What does that mean? Green, yellow terminal block? By the way, I'll give you 2 seconds in order for you to write down in the comments what it is before I tell you. 1, 2. That was a fast 2 seconds. This is a green, yellow terminal block, but if you look on the other side, these guys right here are going to be grounded to the DIN rail below it. They're actually connected via a plate to the DIN rail right below it, which makes these a ground terminal block. Do not run power to your ground terminal blocks unless you want the whole machine, enclosure, everything to be energized. Maybe that's what you want. But these guys right here, they're going on machines. Ooh. This right here is a Banner push button. It's a soft style push button. I'm going to open it up at Mach 10. Show you right here. Bam! That right there is what you're going to use to turn the machine on. You're going to go, and the machine's going to go. That sucker there is a color operating push button. It's going to have red and green. Under an alert situation, that's going to say red. It's going to say, I got problems. But if everything's good, hit green, that machine's going to run. What's really cool about these Banner Soft style push buttons is if you don't get the super complex ones, you just have an M12 5-pin on the bottom. And that's just literally 2 signals, power and ground, or negative. And what that's going to allow you to do is connect these up, use them, program them in, and it's real quick. All you need is go and indicate when stopped. I'm going to open this guy up and show you what's inside. This right here is a box of terminal blocks. These terminal blocks right here are a 2-up terminal block. They are all connected. It's got 4 terminals across the top, and all 4 are connected with that back plate. Not all terminal blocks are made the same. Not all terminal blocks come from the same country. These guys right here are actually going to connect all 4 of them, but you can also get 2-up terminal blocks that separate the middle to the outside. And we got those too. Whatever you do, always include an e-stop, so that way everybody can walk by, bam, smash the e-stop, operator goes, and the whole plant shuts down. That's why we have these. And then we open up this. Whoa. What's inside? Bam, this is a 3-phase disconnect. They call it a disconnect because it literally will disconnect the power going through your lugs. It looks like this. You have an off and an on. Inside the box is a nice, beautiful yellow bezel with signage on there that says off or on. Guess what? Listen close. Okay, those guys there are actually going to disconnect or reconnect the terminals between these 3 connectors here and the ones on the bottom. We ran standard industry 3-phase disconnects on here, but we're only using 2 of the poles. But guess what? It's going to be okay. This right here, overdone, but it's safe, and why not? Run it, okay? By the way, there's no such thing as 2-phase. But in this box right here is our cable entry system that we're going to use in order to get the wires in and out of our enclosure. These hot dogs right here are a slick little unit. They're going to bolt right to the side of the panel, and it's got a million little pieces of garbage inside there. It's got a million tiny little holes on here, and you're going to run your wires straight through these into your cabinet. It's going to allow you for a decent amount of protection, but what they're going to do is allow no garbage, no outside access to the box via the cable entry ports. Ain't none of those bugs getting in this cabinet. And if we open this box, we can take a look at where in the world this fitting was supposed to go. You see nothing. Also, down here on the bottom, or close to the bottom, you can actually see some of our cylinders that we're going to use. This right here is an SMC MGPM style cylinder. This cylinder right here is a 63 millimeter diameter, 200 millimeter stroke length cylinder. This hot dog right here gets down and dirty at the same time. Hoorah! Hoorah! That thing right there, this is going to be pressing parts together. It's going to be installing push crush limiters. It's going to be doing all sorts of hard work, so that way the operators don't have to get carpal tunnel while they sit there and try to figure out how to press these things in with arbor presses. Ladies and gentlemen, use cylinders. What else we got in here? More SMC air cylinders. Yes, we are using SMC, no, not a sponsor, but good cylinders at a good price. So these guys right here are an anti-rotational cylinder. You can actually look, this shaft here at the front is actually a hexagon. And what that does is it allows me to mount something on the front of this, and it won't rotate as long as I use the jam nut to press it in. So these guys are going to be used for actually installing U-clips on the sides of parts. The saddle that the U-clip magnetically sticks onto is positioned in a certain way, and we can't have it rotate. So that's why we got to use the hexagonal shaft. We've got a number of different size restrictors for the cylinders, and by the way, that's only one of the cylinders that's on its way. Lots of different restrictors. We've got exhausts. These guys right here are going to allow you to sleep next to the machine. It's not going to wake you up. I'm just kidding. Don't go to sleep ever. These right here, more fittings, reducers, every sort of pneumatic type push connect fitting that we're going to need to build the machine. There's more Street 90 or fittings here that have a push to connect threaded on the other side. Everything we need to put these guys together. Down a level. Down here we have another fan, and inside here we have actually got LED lighting. These lights right here are actually work lights, and these are going to be operator lights that are going to go on these machines in order for the operators to wake up. Hey, it's daytime when the lights are on. Also, these guys right here, you may be like, who the heck is that? This guy right here, it's another cylinder right here, but it's got a rotation mechanism at the top. So when this cylinder energizes, bam, this rotation mechanism is going to rotate, and it's going to cause this square looking shaft to rotate, and it sticks out both sides. Square looking shaft. So we mount this on the table. We run air lines to it, and when I energize a cylinder, shaft rotates. That's going to allow us to have a saddle or a Y-looking clamp on the top, maybe a clamp bar or something like that, and we're going to be able to clamp our parts down. And this guy right here, he means business. This guy right here is a hoss. This thing right here is going to go BAM! bam on those parts, and they're never gonna move. It's gonna be easy for this thing, so it's gonna last forever. Literally, forever. Another thing we got in here, these guys right here are small plastic enclosures. These enclosures here are what we're gonna mount our HMIs to right in the front. We're gonna mount a actual touchscreen HMI to this box, bolt it to the side of the machine, so that way the operators can push all the buttons. And somebody is always gonna load Tetris on there. Who puts Tetris? Stop putting Tetris on there. So, now, we just looked at a pile of these parts. No, we didn't look at every single part in this cabinet, but we looked at a pile of these parts, and guess what happened? Literally, in the same exact time we were looking at these parts, more parts come in. Check them out. Where's my knife? Hawkbill. These parts right here are more parts for either the machines or the students. A lot of times we actually get parts for both same day. Let's take a look. Ooh, this right here, McAllister. I'm just kidding, it's McMaster. Don't correct me on that. This right here is spring steel. This is my new necklace. If we take a look at what's inside this box right here, all you gotta do is twist the top on here. By the way, for all y'all that cut this with a bandsaw and accidentally nick your parts inside, all you gotta do is rotate this right here, one direction. Pow, and then it comes right out. But you already knew that. Let's take a look here. Inside this case is threaded rod, but this isn't just standard threaded rod. This is left-handed thread M16x2. Why the heck would we need left-handed thread M16x2 threaded rods? For student projects. Students actually make and machine a clamp. This right here, they blast on there, and I know we could single point thread those all day long. We could have the students machining for days and eons and everything, but guess what? We make machine builders, we make automation builders, we make machinists, but this is entry level. So let them use thread rod. You never made it. My camera guy never made that clamp. But anyway, my necklace, I know y'all are wondering what my necklace is. This right here is 20 thou thick spring steel by 1/4 inch wide. This right here, this spring steel is what we use for the clips on the pens. So when students build pens at Mach 1, they cut a section of this, they punch holes in it, and they make the clips for their pockets so that their pens don't go flying all the way to Australia.